This is the Cobain 50 from listener-powered KEXP. I'm Martin Douglas.
And I'm Dusty Henry. And it's Christmas in Seattle. Just kidding. Christmas in Seattle was actually the name of one of Nirvana's earliest shows. It took place at the Underground on December 28th, 1988.
And now, the mystery guest, with the freeze-dried music, Nirvana!
It was a launch party for Sub Pop's excellent Sub Pop 200 compilation, an LP that included artists we talked about from Kurt's list, like Mudhoney, Beat Happening, and other grunge favorites, like Screaming Trees and Soundgarden.
The recording of this live set came out as a CD, but as we all know, not every piece of music that has ever been recorded is on streaming services. So we were actually able to track it down via some YouTube bootlegs. This set mostly included tracks from Nirvana's debut album Bleach, as well as a few covers. And could you imagine being somebody at this show who's like, oh, like, who's this band that sounds like the Melvins? Only to find out a few years later that this band would become one of the best-selling and most important bands of all time.
That is pretty wild to think about, and it's pretty cool to hear this early stage of Nirvana that was so different than the Nirvana that we ended up falling in love with years later. But we're actually not here to talk about this album. We are so happy with how well the Cobain 50 has been going. We're so excited to be connecting with all of you each week, but as the year is starting to end, we're getting in our fuzzy pajamas.
Our pajamas with the little footies.
Yeah, our little footy pajamas. With
and the butt flap.
Yeah, the butt flap. That feels very Nirvana. This has been the time of our lives working on this podcast, going through this great list of albums. But as the year is coming to a close, we're taking a quick little break to regroup, rest up, enjoy the holiday season before we get to the rest of Kurt's list and push through the rest of the greatness.
So yeah, in the spirit of giving ourselves a pat on the back and the spirit of whatever holiday you celebrate, once again, we're going to take a break from publishing this month.
So you won't see any new episodes in this feed for a few weeks, but don't worry. We'll be back on January 8th to kick off the new year with a new album from Kurt's list every week, all the way until we've covered all 50 albums on his list.
Ah, yes, the Cobain 50, the gift that keeps on giving. In the meantime, there's plenty to revisit from the feed if you haven't listened to our earlier episodes of the series, because we have been working on this since January. Or you can go way back in the feed and listen to our award-winning series from last year, 50 Years of Hip Hop. And don't forget about KEXP's other ongoing series, including A Deeper Listen, In Our Headphones, and Live on KEXP. Those shows will still be rolling out episodes during our break.
What we're really trying to say here is, you're not alone. You've got KEXP on demand anytime. We appreciate you listening to these records with us, diving into Kurt Cobain's 50 favorite albums, and we always appreciate getting your feedback on the show, which is helping us develop a plan for what our team will work on after we wrap up the Cobain 50. And of course, we always appreciate your support in the form of donations on the show.
If you can swing a donation, we would greatly appreciate it.
Thank you all so much, sincerely, for listening to the Cobain 50 and being part of this community of music lovers. We'll be back with you on January 8th. For now, happy holidays from all of us at KEXP, where the music matters.